and now we are going to do the design with this SAFE. Now close it, and go to file, go to new model, and in this new model I am going to take this IS 456-2000 design preferences. We will decide it on later stage. Project information, we will decide it on later stage. Unit is very important to decide. It will be metric SI. Let's say okay. I am going to proceed with the blank option. Close it. Okay. I don't want to have any reference line, means this horizon. Uncheck this. Okay. Blank will be there. Now go to, we need to define the material property. Need to go to define, go to material property and delete this. Okay, so go to add a new material property, and I would like to put here as what? M20 concrete it is, and it is what? 25 unit weight of your concrete, and the formula is what? 5000 under root of square root of FCK is what? 20. So enter 22360.67, and characteristic strength will be 20. Let's say simply okay. This is done. Add new material property. It will be FE 415 grade. It will be what? 78.5. Then it is what? It is the rebar. Change it to rebar. 78.
Material type
5 and 2 into 10 raised to 5. Now 415 yield is 10. Ultimate is 10. I am also going to consider 415. Why I am going to consider 415? You know very well. Just say simply okay. Now say simply okay. So both of the material here is what? Defined. You need to go to define again. Slab property. What depth of the footing we have decided to provide in our manual approach?
600.
600 M20 grade of concrete. Then here I am going to take 20. You can go with the slab also, no problem. But I am going to with the footing also. Take this 600. Done. Let's say simply okay. Once you click what is okay, then let's say simply okay. Then one more thing we have to define as what? Column. So go to define, go to column property and just say add a new property. And what is the column? So CM. CM, what size of the column is there? In our manual calculation of 400 by 400. Go by here and put as 400 by 400 M20 grade of concrete. And it is what? M20. It is what? Rectangular. 400 by 400 it is. And let's say simply okay. This is done. Let's say simply okay. Now all the material property we have defined, all the section properties we have defined. Now you are in the state to do the modeling. Many other things you need to define. Okay. But the things that is needed to do the modeling and completion of the modeling, we have completed. Yeah. One thing is missing. What is that? Soil subgrade modulus. So whether your contact with the soil will be area contact, line contact, or point contact. What it will be?
Aerial.
Aerial contact, because you are going to deal with the slab. Slab means foundation slab. So foundation slab means having the area. So area is going to be in touch or in contact with your soil mass. That's why so subgrade modulus will be what? Aerial subgrade modulus. If you are going to put the line element means your beam, column, or any line element if you are going to put. So that is comes under your frame and line element. So soil subgrade modulus will not be there. That the line spring property will be there. But if you are going to deal with any element, that is especially your pile foundation, so the point will be connected with your soil mass. Okay, so the point spring property will be there. Okay, these three all things I have explained many times. So just go to this soil subgrade property. For the soil subgrade property, what is the formula? Yesterday also have explained. K will equal to your SBC of the soil. That is important to know for your proposed structure, for proposed example, for proposed project, and allowable settlement you also need to know. Okay, allowable settlement. So both of the things in our example in problem statement has been given. That is what? SBC is what? 200 and allowable settlement is what? 25. Just go back to your SAFE and here I have to define SBC is what? 200 divided by your allowable settlement is what? 25 means so SBC is what? In kilonewton per meter square. It is in meter. So your settlement should also be in meter because both of the values should be in same unit. Then only you can do the division or you can say ratio you can perform. Okay. So 0.25. This will be the formula. So I don't need to calculate it. Your software will take care about. Okay. So just go to this, go to modify this. Existing property is there. I'm going to modify that. Otherwise you can define your new property. So just go to modify this. Here I'm going to put as what? 200 at the rate of here SBC. SBC 200 at the rate of it is what 25 mm. So you can understand what is the SBC, how much settlement you have considered. So by the property name of the subgrade property, you can understand everything about that. Okay, that is what the concept. Now here it is 200 divided by 0.025. Let's just simply enter 8000 compression only. Okay, done. Let's just simply okay. Now everything is what defined. You can proceed. Go to model. For the model, actually there is no grid lines and all. So first, what I would like to do, I would like to model this slab. So just go to this slab. And what size we have decided? So 2.8. It is what slab, rectangular slab. Let it to be. It depends on your dimension. आप जो define करेंगे उसके according वो draw करेगा. Okay. Now it is the 600 and none is there. So 600 will be obviously 2.8 meter length. 2.8 meter is your width. Just click here anywhere. So your slab is now modeled. Now second, go to draw. I just want to draw the point. So point is what? 0, 0. At the center, if my taking cursor here, so at the center it is showing what? Midpoint. If your midpoint is not showing, so you need to right click, go to snap option and select like adjust all the things for prior of your modeling. Modeling के जाने से पहले आपको ये देख लेना है. You all know I have completed our ETABS program. Okay, first program. They are know very well about the application of this snap option. Am I right or wrong? So यहाँ पर क्या है? Line ends and midpoint. तो यहाँ पर इसको भी चेक कर लेना है. ग्रिड इंटरसेक्शन वगैरह जो भी आपको चाहिए वो आप यहाँ पर चेक करके ले लीजिए. परपेंडिकुलर प्रोजेक्शन एंड ऑल, ये सारी चीजें दैट विल हेल्प यू फॉर योर मॉडलिंग and it will help you to do the effective modeling without a possibility of the errors. Okay, let's just simply okay. Now go to draw point and just go to this center and click over that. Drawing of this point I can do before of the modeling of the slab also. आप कहेंगे सर स्लैब से पहले मॉडल कर लेते हैं हम लोग इसको, तो वैसे भी कर सकते हो. जस्ट गो टू दिस, गो टू ड्रॉ पॉइंट और यहाँ पर मैं पहले पॉइंट ले लेता हूँ. उसके अराउंड में एरिया ड्रॉ करूंगा. अगर आपको सेंटर पॉइंट स्लैब के बाद नहीं शो करता है तो आप पहले पॉइंट ले लीजिए, देन गो टू स्लैब and then define your sizes of the footing, section sizes I have to choose, and then you have to click over that. Okay, your choice with which approach you would like to proceed. Okay, next what I can do after this, I have to model the column. So what depth of the footing is? So depth of the footing actually not here it is defined. So I'm going to consider depth of the footing is 3 meter. Okay, that I don't know where it is. Here it is not defined. I need to put that. Okay, so let's consider this 3 meter height of your column to your ground level. So go to this column and section size will be there below. It should be below. No, it will be wrong. It will be below. No, it will be wrong. Above, yeah, it will be above. Section size 400 by below will be 0. Above will be what? 3 meter, right? Now I am going to click here at the center. Once you click over this, so the modeling of the column has been done. You can go to 3D view and you can see here on the top it is what assign the hinge support. We are not willing to have this hinge support. Select this joint by dragging from left to right. Joint will be selected. Go to assign. Go to support data, point restraints, and we are going to make it as none. Last option, let's say okay, none will be there. Okay, just go to XY plane again. Now modeling has been done. What next we need to do? We need to assign the soil subgrade property. So for that, you need to select the slab, one area, 4 edges, 4 sides. Go to assign, support data, soil property. आपने area select करके approach किया option को, तो ये आपको ये शो कर रहा है. पॉइंट आपने सिलेक्ट करके अप्रोच किया था तो आपको रिस्ट्रेन का ऑप्शन दे रहा था. ओके, सॉइल सबग्रेड प्रॉपर्टी, हियर द प्रॉपर्टी इज देयर दैट यू हैव डिफाइंड. लेट्स अप्लाई दिस. डन. एंड दिस स्टेप, दिस इज द वन अप्रोच. नो, दिस सॉइल सबग्रेड प्रॉपर्टी इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी ओनली मॉडलिंग ऑप्शन, इज गोइंग टू बी व्हाट? अनडू मींस यू कैन गो बैक, बट असाइनमेंट नहीं हो रहा. सी, आई एम गोइंग टू सिलेक्ट असाइन, गो टू असाइन, go to support data, soil support property, say none, say okay. No assignment is there. What other approach is there to assign soil subgrade property? You have to right click, select the slab, right click over that, or without of making the selection, right click over the slab, and here you are getting what? Soil property. Are you getting? और यहाँ पर आपको property मिलेगा, say okay, okay. यहाँ से भी assign हो सकते हो. So two approaches are there to assign your soil subgrade property. It's your choice with which option you will like to proceed. This is all done. What next? This is not the complete modeling. One thing is remaining, assignment. Modeling is done, assignment of the loading. So how much intensity of the loading is there? Total service level 1400. Select this point, go to assign, go to load data, go to point load. Under the live load pattern, I would like to assign the intensity of the loading as 1400 kilonewton. And that is what the service loading, try to understand. Service load and size of the column is what? 400 by 400 is your size of column. With all of this, let's say simply apply. Once you click over the apply, the assignment of the loading has been done over your column. Just go to XY plane. Thereafter, I have to proceed for the analysis. But before of the analysis, you know very well, we need to define something. And what important thing is there to define about your load combinations. Okay. लोड पैटर्न्स, लोड केसेस वगैरह डिफाइन करना होता है, बट वो अभी हम लोगों का प्रोजेक्ट रियल प्रोजेक्ट नहीं है और एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिस फॉर मल्टीपल पुटिंग वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू डू. सो यहाँ पर आपको अभी इंपॉर्टेंट जो होता है आपका लोड कॉम्बिनेशन. Once you go to load combination, and that is go to add a new combo, and here it is what service load combination. That is what dead load plus your live load. You know very well, no need to explain well more. Go to dead as 1, go to live as, and multiplication factor will be scale, and service normal will be there. Let's say simply okay. So for the serviceability check, see very interesting thing about this SAFE software. आपने सर्विस कॉम्बिनेशन यहाँ पर डिफाइन कर दिया. So for all serviceability checks, your software will by default follow this service check. Hello, service combination. Go to add new combo, and here 1.5 dead load plus 1.5 your live load, and here I am going to check 1.5 as dead plus 1.5 as live for factor load combination. It is factor load combination. You have to check this factor ultimate. So for all the design purpose, reinforcement design, punching shear, one-way shear check, the software is going to follow this ultimate strength combination, factor node combination. Okay, let's say simply okay. With all of these, let's say simply okay. Both of the combinations we have defined. Now we are in the state to go for the analysis. So here, if you want to perform the analysis, so you need to go to, once you click on the run analysis, there you are getting the option as what? Run analysis option. So run analysis along with the design, both option. Only you want to perform the analysis or you want to perform the analysis along with the design. So मैं इसके साथ जाना चाहूंगा, run analysis and perform the design. Click over that. Once you click over this, so your analysis will start, and before of that it is asking to save your model. So I'm going to define here as what? We define it to your folder only. So on later stage, if it is any need, save this file. After that, it's going to perform the analysis, and once the analysis gets completed, it will show the result. Okay. For the design of the footing, what steps will be? Number first, finalizing of in-plan dimension size, dimension of footing. That is what? Length and width of the footing. So हम लोगों ने लेंथ एंड विड्थ तो एक्सेल शीट से हम लोगों ने डिसाइड कर लिया, उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम लोगों ने प्रोवाइड किया. बट व्हाट इज द चेक अगेंस्ट योर डिसाइडेड लेंथ एंड विड्थ? क्या चेक है? ऑन व्हाट बेसिस यू विल डिसाइड योर प्रोवाइडेड डेप्थ और योर योर कंसीडर लेंथ एंड विड्थ ऑफ द फुटिंग इज सेफ? दैट यू नीड टू टेल मी. सेकंड, about your depth, whether it is safe or not, that we need to check, because length, width and depth you have to define, you have to decide, and you have to check that on what basis you are going to say your depth is safe. 600 you have considered whether it is safe or not. Third case, you have to design for your reinforcement. आपका reinforcement कितने लगने वाले हैं, कैसे पता करेंगे आप? मैनुअल तो आपको पता है, सॉफ्टवेयर में कैसे देखेंगे? So that all things we need to understand. So whether your settlements are within the limit or not. आपका सेटलमेंट तो 25 दिया है ना? अब आपका सेटलमेंट एक्चुअल में यहाँ पर कितना आ रहा है? सो ये सब चीजें आपको ऐसे वेरीफाई करेंगे. सो टू इंश्योर दैट वेदर योर लेंथ एंड विड्थ ऑफ द फुटिंग्स आर विद इन द लिमिट और नॉट, हाउ यू विल कम टू नो दैट? सो आई विल लेट यू नो. जस्ट गो टू अपवर्ड सॉइल प्रेशर. As I told you, your length and width of the footing should be decided such that upward soil pressure should be less than your SBC of soil. These two things you need to check. These things you need to check. So your SBC of the soil is what? 200. Your upward soil pressure, what it should be? That I want to check. Close it. Under the service load combination, because it's a serviceability check. So go to service load combination. is a service. Upward soil pressure. I want to see the soil pressure. No, it is not a serviceability check. Actually, why we are considering service load combination? Because your SBC of the soil is already what? It is already factored one. So service load combination we are going to take. Okay, for checking of upward soil pressure. Let's say simply rest of all things will be as it is. Say apply, close it. Taking your cursor to nearly midpoint, what you are getting maximum stress 196, 197 like that. Maximum 197 you are getting at the center. But if you are going to see here 196, 196, 196, 196. Okay, so go back to your manual approach and how much you are getting 193. Actually 193 we are getting and your software is showing what 197. So it is what acceptable. Actually 197, 193 is very close, but still can you give me what is the reason of this difference of value? बता सकता है कोई? 4 नंबर का भी जो डिफरेंस आ रहा है, what is that difference? किसकी वजह से होगा वो? Actually कॉलम वेट हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर कंसिडर नहीं किया. सेल्फ वेट ऑफ द कॉलम 3 मीटर का हाइट लिया है ना आपने 400 बाय, अब इसको अगर मैं लूं 400 तो ये और क्लोज मेरा रिजल्ट आ जाएगा 400 by 400 and length height is what 3 meter. 3 meter is height multiplied by your density of the concrete. Let me know the answer. It is going to become 0.4 meter. It is going to become 0.4 meter and length is 3 meter 25. Give me answer. 1 किलोमीटर. अब आप करिए इसको ऐड. मैं जाता हूँ यहाँ पर. हम लोगों का टोटल लोड आया था इंक्लूडिंग ऑफ द वेट ऑफ द फुटिंग कितना आ रहा है 1517 plus 12. How much it is going to become? 1.1517 plus 12. How much it is? 1529. No, okay. So downward force 1529 divided by weight, upward soil pressure. Now provided area is what? 2.8 by 2.8. Let me know the answer. How much final upward soil pressure you are getting? 195. आपका भी 193 मिल रहा था, आप 195 हो गया और क्लोज हो गया. थोड़ा सा पॉइंट वगैरह का डिफरेंस होगा. दैट में अप्रोक्सीमेटली भी 196. हेलो, विल यू एग्री विद दिस और नॉट? यस सर. ठीक है, 100% यस. यहाँ पर आपको 197 मिल रहा है. विल यू एक्सेप्ट दिस और नॉट, वेदर योर सॉफ्टवेयर इज गिविंग द रिजल्ट फॉर अपवर्ड प्रेशर राइट और रॉन्ग?
राइट, वेरी मच राइट.
Okay, this is the first check. Okay, second, so on this upward soil pressure check we are going to say that our decided area of the footing is what? Correct. पहला चेक, आपका एरिया आपने जो चूज किया है वो सही है कि नहीं, ये अपवर्ड सॉइल प्रेशर से. What other things you need to understand here? Upward soil pressure, yeah, here we are getting what the value. Try to understand and concept. Negative sign you are getting when you are coming towards the edge. This value is going to what? Reduce 95, 94, 94, 93, 90, what up to 93. Yeah, in this side always, because it is square, everywhere stresses will be same. So it is what negative value we are getting. Means what? Again, very interesting. Suppose the force is downward and your upward soil pressure is less. अगर ये आपका upward soil pressure आपको less मिल रहा है, so that is okay, good thing. Means what possibility is there? There will be the settlement in your soil mass. Soil mass में settlement होगा तब आपका footing settle होगा. So soil mass में settlement होगा. But अगर ये value आपको positive मिलने लगा, then what will happen? यहाँ पर uplift हो जाएगा, tilting हो जाएगा. Okay, that is what the other thing. Second, so यहाँ पर आपको negative मिल रहा है. You may ask a question why the values are negative. It will be negative actually, or it should be negative. Okay, if you are getting the positive, that is the problem. So negative means is a compression. Your soil mass is under the compression and there is a possibility of the settlement. So यहाँ पर आपका settlement होने वाला है. That is what acceptable. Second, अगर आपका settlement हो रहा है तो हम लोगों को settlement चाहिए equal settlement, uniform settlement. अगर आपका footing settle होने जा रहा है, so it is going to be, it should settle down. Okay, so ये settle होगा कब? Uniform settlement चाहिए हम लोगों को. पूरा का पूरा footing ये एज से लेकर एज से ये अगर settle हो रहा है 5 mm के साथ, ये एज भी 5 mm के साथ हो जाना चाहिए. How you can ensure that when your upward soil pressure throughout the span or throughout the size of the footing, it is what? Uniform pressure. अगर आपको uniform pressure मिल रहा है तो हम लोग इंश्योर कर सकते हैं कि हाँ आपका सेटलमेंट यूनिफॉर्म होगा. अगर आपका प्रेशर नॉन यूनिफॉर्म है, मींस आपका प्रेशर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इस तरीके से मिलता है, यहाँ पर your soil is what heavily stressed, here it is not much stress in comparison of this side, तो यहाँ पर unequal settlement होगा, इस तरीके से settlement होगा आपका. हेलो, so that is what not acceptable. यहाँ पर 2 mm हो रहा है, यहाँ पर 5 mm हो रहा है, this is unequal settlement. Okay, और यहाँ पर 10 mm हो रहा है settlement, so I will accept this 10 mm because that is not much dangerous. लेकिन यहाँ पर 2 mm 5 mm आप कहेंगे सर ये तो अच्छा है, यहाँ तो 2 mm 5 mm हो रहा है, but I will not accept this one. I will accept this one 10, but I will not accept this one.
Correct. Differential settlement is not acceptable.
Unequal settlement, it is causing the collapse or complete failure of your structure, damage in your structure. But here in complete settlement, this is not much dangerous. So यहाँ पर अब यूनिफॉर्म प्रेशर, तो यहाँ पर तो स्क्वायर फुटिंग है, तो हम लोगों को दिख रहा है हर डायरेक्शन में हर पॉइंट्स पर इक्वली इट इज गोइंग टू रिड्यूस सारी जगह पर, और मैक्स और मिनिमम में ज्यादा डिफरेंस भी नहीं है आपका प्रेशर का. So that is okay. ये भी चेक आपको करना है. Second, settlement check. You need to go to this show deformed shape. Once you click over this option, triangle icon is there. You have to click over that, and under service load combination only say apply, because it's a serviceability check. So service load combination, we are getting the settlement almost what 24 point something. So it should be allowable settlement is what
25 mm.
25 mm. We are getting the settlement is what
Less than 25 safe.
25. Sometimes participants are asking that if settlements are beyond of the limit, then what we need to do? So for the settlement satisfaction, आपको एरिया के साथ भी प्ले करना होता है, मीन साइज ऑफ द फुटिंग के साथ भी प्ले करना होता है, और डेप्थ ऑफ द फुटिंग के साथ भी प्ले करना होता है. ओके, हाँ, अपवर्ड सॉइल प्रेशर में हो रहा है फेल, तो आपका डेप्थ ऑफ द फुटिंग कोई मैटर नहीं करता है. योर इन प्लांट डायमेंशन फुटिंग इज गोइंग टू बी मैटर ओनली.
ओके सर.
पंचिंग शियर चेक अगर आप चेक करने जा रहे हो फॉर द डेप्थ ऑफ द फुटिंग, सो आपका एरिया मैटर नहीं करता है, देयर इज गोइंग टू बी मैटर ओनली योर डेप्थ ऑफ द फुटिंग.
Very right.
ओके, सो किस प्रॉब्लम्स को किससे टैकल करना है ये आपको अंडरस्टैंड करना होगा. सो अगर आपका अपवर्ड सॉइल प्रेशर फेल हो रहा है, सो ओनली द वे टू सेटिस्फाइड you have to play with the sides of the footing. If you want to satisfy the depth of the footing, you have to play with the depth of the footing variation. If you want to satisfy the settlement, you have to play both of the things, depth and length. Okay. Thereafter, ये सारे checks हो गए. Now the next check, that is what very interesting, punching shear check. What does mean by the punching shear? Like suppose I have earlier explained that suppose this is your footing and this is your column. Okay. So why we are providing this footing? It is not needed to provide this foundation. It is not needed to design this foundation. Foundation हम लोग प्रोवाइड करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है किसी बिल्डिंग के लिए. If your soil is having the enough shear load carrying capacity, अगर आपका soil enough है footing के लिए, whatever the load you are going to put, उसकी shearing capacity, shear force resisting capacity, it is strong enough to carry the shear forces, vertical forces, point loaded forces. So यहाँ पर मुझको footing प्रोवाइड करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, तो मैं क्या करूंगा यहाँ पर डायरेक्टली कॉलम रख सकता हूँ. बट जैसे ही मैं कॉलम रखता हूँ तो एरिया कॉन्टैक्ट विद सॉइल मास इज वेरी स्मॉल. आई एम गोइंग टू कंसीडर इज अ पॉइंट कॉन्टैक्ट. सो पॉइंट कॉन्टैक्ट आप सॉइल इसमें कैपेबल नहीं होता है, उतनी शेयर रेजिस्टिंग कैपेसिटी आपकी सॉइल की नहीं है, इसीलिए हम लोगों को कॉन्टैक्ट एरिया बढ़ाने के लिए फाउंडेशन स्लैब देना पड़ता है. लाइकवाइज इफ यू आर गोइंग टू डील एनी प्रोजेक्ट इन हिली एरियाज, कहीं पर हम लोगों को ग्राउंड लेवल पर ही रॉक्स होते हैं, तो वहां पर अगर आप स्ट्रक्चरल डिजाइन रिपोर्ट आप देखेंगे तो वहां पर आपको फाउंडेशन देने की जरूरत ही नहीं होती है. दैट इज व्हाट नोट यू विल गेट. देयर इज नो नीड टू प्रोवाइड द फाउंडेशन. यू कैन डायरेक्टली पुट योर कॉलम टू योर रॉक, योर ग्राउंड. हैव यू सीन दैट काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन और नॉट?
नो, अभी तक नहीं.
अभी तक नहीं है, तो आपको ये देखना पड़ेगा. यू कैन सर्च अबाउट इट, यू कैन स्टडी अबाउट इट. सो वहां पर क्या करते हैं फिर हम लोग कंक्रीट का सिर्फ बेस देकर और नॉमिनल जो भी बेस होता है बेस देकर, और फिर वहां पर हम लोग कॉलम को रेस कर देते हैं. रॉक के ऊपर तो डायरेक्टली नहीं देंगे बिकॉज मींस कनेक्टिविटी चाहिए हम लोगों को, तो वहां पर थोड़ा एक्सकेवेशन वगैरह करके किसी रीजन से फिर वहां पर हम लोग कंक्रीट का स्लैब देकर नॉर्मल, और फिर इसके ऊपर कॉलम को रेस करते हैं. तो आपको पता नहीं है तो इसके बारे में स्टडी करिए, थोड़ा सा जो स्ट्रक्चरल इंजीनियर्स को अप्रोच करिए और इसको और बेटर वे में अंडरस्टैंड करने की कोशिश करिए फॉर योर नॉलेज, योर इंफॉर्मेशन. ओके, ना नेक्स्ट पंचिंग चेक. सो हम लोग यहाँ पर अंडरस्टैंड कर रहे थे, लाइक लेट मी शो यू. सपोज दिस इज योर फाउंडेशन एंड दिस इज व्हाट योर कॉलम. ओके, सो यहाँ पर फुटिंग तो हम लोग प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं टू लाइक टू इंक्रीज द कॉन्टैक्ट एरिया और टू मेक योर फुटिंग टू हैव द इक्वल स्ट्रेसेस एट डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स. इट शुड नॉट फेल इन शियर, ओके, ड्यू टू एक्शन. सो यहाँ पर अगर फुटिंग भी अगर मैं बहुत स्मॉल डेप्थ का देता हूं, सो वहां पर भी चांसेस है क्रैक्स आने के, और ये क्या हो जाएगा, ये पूरा एरिया पंच आउट हो जाएगा. consider an example of your paper. Take a paper and hold it from all of its four corners, and instantly I am going to put here as 1 kg load. I am going to drop a 1 kg load over this. What will happen?
It will tear the paper.
Exactly, your paper will get tear down. Same situation here. If I am going to provide a column without means beyond of the capacity of the shear capacity of your concrete, बहुत small depth दिया है, उसकी resisting capacity नहीं है, तो ये क्या होगा यहाँ से on large scale if you are going to see, so ये क्या होगा? Okay, another point, let me show you. ये क्या होगा? यहाँ से cracks form होंगे ये point से. अब यहाँ से क्यों cracks form होने वाले हैं? Because try to understand why the crack is going to form from this point. Actually, see the another point of understanding. Suppose this is your footing and this is your soil mass below to this, and which is reacting at the face as upward soil pressure, and this is the another side through which the downward pressure is going to downward force is going to act. ये column की side से आपका load act हो रहा है और नीचे से act हो रहा है. Now this portion will be what? Will move anywhere? Is there an instability possibility to this portion? ऊपर से load आ रहा है downward, नीचे से reaction, and we are trying to match them as much as possible. So ये part कहीं move होने वाला है. ये आपका क्या है? This is what I am going to call it as strong enough. It is having infinite stiffness. It is this part of the footing slab is not going to move anywhere. ये पार्ट आपका कहीं मूव नहीं होगा. ऊपर से लोड आ रहा है आपका और नीचे से लोड आ रहा है आपका. दिस पोर्शन इज नॉट गोइंग टू मूव एनीवेयर. दिस इज हैविंग द स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टिफनेस, सो दिस पार्ट इज नॉट गोइंग टू मूव एनीवेयर. बट फॉर रेस्ट ऑफ द पोर्शन, अब यहाँ पर सडनली अगर मैं यहाँ से ये पॉइंट से मूव करता हूँ, लाइक अब यहाँ से मूव करूंगा यहाँ तक के, अब ये पॉइंट्स जैसे ही मैं पास करता हूँ फ्रॉम द सेंटर, इफ आई एम मूविंग टुवर्ड दिस एज एंड मूविंग फ्रॉम दिस एज, जैसे यहाँ पर आता हूँ तो यहाँ पर चेंज ऑफ स्टिफनेस इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन, एक्शन एंड रिएक्शन इज गोइंग टू बी चेंज. आप कहेंगे सर यहाँ पर भी तो सॉइल है ऊपर से, बट दैट इज नॉट मच डोमिनेटिंग इन कंपैरिजन ऑफ योर अपवर्ड सॉइल प्रेशर. सो हम लोग इसको निग्लेक्ट कर रहे हैं. सो यहाँ पर देखिए ऊपर से कोई लोड नहीं है आपका और नीचे से यहाँ पर रिएक्शन आ रहा है, एक्शन एंड रिएक्शन चेंज हो गया, यहाँ पर चेंज ऑफ स्टिफनेस हो गया. इसी वजह से ये वीक पड़ेगा और यहाँ से आपके क्रैक्स फॉर्मेशन की पॉसिबिलिटी होती है. यहाँ से क्या होगा? क्रैक्स फॉर्म होगा एंड दैट विल प्रोपोगेट इफ proper provision against the punching shear is not there. So it is going to be this crack formation will be there and it is going to be propagate, and up to a consideration of the depth d by 2 we are considering it to be dominating at a distance of d from the face of your column for the punching. ये क्या करेगा? इतना पूरा पोर्शन क्या हो जाएगा? ये स्लैब तो आपका यहीं पर रहेगा इस तरीके से, ये स्लैब आपका यहीं पर रहेगा इस तरीके से लाइक दिस, और ये पूरा के पूरा पोर्शन आपका सेटल होकर नीचे आ जाएगा along with your column. Understood or not?
Understood.
समझ में आ गया? तो ये कॉन्सेप्ट है हम लोगों का पंचिंग का. अभी पंचिंग चेक हम लोगों को देखना है. सो फॉर पंचिंग चेक we are going to perform this punching. So once you click over this, software will show you there is the punching value at the center. How much the punching ratio? Punching ratio is very simple. How much the punching shear is coming and how much the available strength at this particular section at a distance of d by 2 from the face of your column. Go to the manual calculation, understand everything in detail. वहां भी बहुत बेटर वे में मैंने एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश की है by manual approach. So d by 2 from the face of the column. So your downward stress, punching stress and your upward resisting capacity. Okay. So यहाँ पर क्या मिलेगा आपको? Ratio. So downward pressure should always be less than of your upward capacity. What your action is there and reaction, your capacity should be more. Then only you are getting the ratio less than of 1 only. If you are getting the value less than 1, you are going to say that your provided depth is safe. Or thereafter, I am going to right click over this center. If you want to go inside of the calculation, more better understanding of this calculation, you have to right click over this center. Take your cursor to the center, right click at the center. Yeah. Now, first check it for which combination is perform the punching per factor. Here, cover how much it is considered?
33 mm.
It is wrong. Effective cover we have. Okay, what code it is following to calculate the punching?
ACI.
ACI. This is wrong. All these things. How we are proceeding? Wrong. Okay. Unlock this your model. Go to design. Go to design preferences. Here you have to correct it. Okay. So IS456. Okay. There's no any impact on your upward soil pressure and settlement. Okay. वहां पर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है आपको. But yeah, for punching it will matter. It will be wrong. IS456 2000. go to minimum cover. From the top, minimum cover is 50. From the bottom, minimum cover is 50 for footing. Preferred bar size. तो हम लोगों ने 16 लिया है, मैं यहाँ पर 8 लूंगा. Why I am going to consider 8 mm? I will let you know later. Half of your dia कितना है? So that it will consider the effective depth correct. आपका effective depth कितना होगा? 50 plus 8. Hello, half of your dia it is going to become what? 58. So उसलिए हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, इसको मैं इस तरीके से ले रहा हूँ 8. Okay, just this is all done. Now make sure that the combination for the design purpose it is considering the factor service के लिए आपका service load combination. Okay, that's okay. Now perform the design analysis and design. Okay, फिर से for your satisfaction, upward soil pressure, if you are confused, will it be same or not? Yeah, it is 197, no change. For settlement, for service load combination, say okay, no change, 24.7. For punching, yeah, right click, even again same value you are getting, but right click over this. Now for factor, which code it is going to follow for the design of punching? IS 2000 factor, what load combination, what this very important, most important point, column location. यहाँ पर क्या कर रहा है, एज कंसिडर कर रहा है. एज, व्हाट डज इट मीन? वेट, average effective slab thickness is 542. Your overall depth you have considered as what? 600. Effective depth will equal to become 600 minus 50 minus 8 mm dia. How much it is going to become? 542 you are getting. So software is doing right or wrong? Cover,
Right.
cover 58. Okay. Now what about effective punching perimeter? Effective punching perimeter is how much? 4684.5. Look at your manual calculation. पंचिंग पेरीमीटर हम लोग कितना आ रहा है?
3768.
सॉफ्टवेयर क्या कैलकुलेट कर रहा है?
4684.
4684. अभी यहाँ तो प्रॉब्लम है, ये तो चेंज हो रहा है. ओके, अच्छा क्यों चेंज हो रहा है वो अंडरस्टैंड करना पड़ेगा हम लोगों को. तो मैं क्या करता हूँ, इट इज द सॉफ्टवेयर एल्गोरिदम कंसिडरेशन, बट या ठीक है, अगर हम लोगों के हिसाब से करना है. सो ये आपका कॉलम हो गया, ये आपका फुटिंग हो गया. ओके, एट अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ d by 2 फ्रॉम द फेस ऑफ द कॉलम. d is what? 542. So d by 2 here, from d by 2 here, from d by 2 here, from d by 2. Okay, side of the columns are same. Okay, so it is going along the length. This side is going to become d by 2 plus d plus a side. ये डायरेक्शन में अगर देखना है तो कॉलम साइड आई एम गोइंग टू कंसीडर a, इसको मैं a कहता हूँ. along the width I am going to consider b. So it is going to become a plus d and b plus d. Am I right or wrong? Let me know.
Right.
Yes, sir.
This side will become 400. Size of your column 400 plus d is what? 542. और आपका स्क्वायर कॉलम है तो ये भी 400 आएगा प्लस 542. ये दोनों आ गया आपका. ओके, फाइंड आउट दिस. एक्चुअली सेम थिंग, 942 I think.
Correct. 942.
One side of 942. So all these are same sides. So perimeter will equal to become 4 times 942 or not? Hello.
3768.
3768. लेकिन आपका सॉफ्टवेयर क्या कर रहा है यहाँ पर? हेलो. सो एक्चुअली ये आपका एज कंसिडर कर रहा है. अगर आपको इसको करेक्ट करना है तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, जस्ट क्लोज इट, सिलेक्ट दिस जॉइंट. ओके, गो टू 3D व्यू. बॉटम जॉइंट कंसिडर करना है, टॉप नहीं. यहाँ पर मिस्टेक होता है मोस्ट ऑफ टाइम, और आप भी जब करेंगे यहाँ से टॉप से सिलेक्ट करेंगे और फिर आप मॉडिफिकेशन जो भी करेंगे और फिर कंफ्यूज होंगे कि हमारा रिजल्ट रॉन्ग क्यों आ रहे हैं. ओके, सो गो टू 3D व्यू और यहाँ पर पॉइंट सिलेक्ट करना है. इज दैट ऑल ओके? देन because your punching is going to perform here, go to design, go to punching overrides, manipulation or overrides over your default definition. यहाँ पर मैं क्या करने जा रहा हूँ, यहाँ पर डिजाइन है, मैंने डिजाइन कर रखा है. देन नो नीड टू अनलॉक इट. ओके, डायरेक्टली भी कर सकते हो, ऑटो एडजस्ट हो जाएगा ये. लोकेशन टाइप ऑफ योर पॉइंट, इसको क्या करना है? इंटीरियर. टू इंटीरियर एंड लेट्स से ओके. इट इज आस्किंग डिजाइन रिजल्ट विल बी डिलीटेड. जो पहले का डिजाइन है ओवरराइड्स कर रहे हो, so all the result will be deleted. Do you want to close the form? Yes. वो पहला का पूरा हम लोग डिस्कार्ड कर देंगे. यस. ओके, हो गया. वापस से एक मतलब रीएनालिसिस डिजाइन कर देना है. XY प्लेन, अगेन परफॉर्म द पंचिंग. अब यहाँ पर वैल्यू थोड़ा सा चेंज हुआ, बहुत माइनर चेंज होगा. राइट क्लिक ओवर दैट. नाउ सी.
Great. Yes, matching 100%.
Exactly matching or not?
Exactly.
Also
Yes.
right. Also like there is a software algorithm, and this is what our manual approach. So when to do like overrides and all, I will let you know in better way. कब आपको करना चाहिए, कब आपको नहीं करना चाहिए. ओके, वो मैं आगे भी बताऊंगा आपको. ठीक है? Is that all clear?
Clear. Yes.
So see, in this way, we have to check in upward soil pressure. In this way, we have to check for the punching shear check. In this way, we have to check for the your settlement. Now, you may ask a question for one-way shear, how to check? So actually, for checking of the one-way shear check, there is a role of presence of your percentage of reinforcement at that particular proposed section. वन वे शेयर आपको पता होगा कहां पर चेक करते हैं हम लोग, at a distance of d from the face of your column. लेकिन there is a role where played by your presence of percentage of reinforcement or reinforcement at that section.
Right.
तो हम लोगों को क्या चाहिए, वन वे शेयर चेक करने के लिए reinforcement चाहिए. और reinforcement कब पता चलेगा, जब आप फाइनली आप डिजाइन करेंगे. So let just tell me, without deciding the reinforcement, can I perform the one way shear check? नहीं, तो वो बात का स्टेप है. ओके.
Hello everyone, welcome you all in a new ISO certified live training program, design of substructure using CSI SAFE, Excel and manual. In this training program, you will learn all about the concept of substructure design, commands in CSI SAFE software for the substructure design, validation of CSI SAFE result with your manual and advanced Excel sheets. This training program will cover 4 real life projects. In the first and second, we will cover all the types of isolated foundation in CSI SAFE software. In the third real life project, we will cover the raft foundation. And in the fourth real life project, there will be the coverage of pile and pile cap design, design of basement wall. And at the end of this training program, you will learn how to prepare the final design sheet for the site execution. Have a look over the features of this training. Daily live classes conducted by experts. Recording of every session, can interact with expert anytime. Exposure to real practice. ISO certification of training. It's 5-star rated training program. Till now, more than 1,000 participants have benefited from this training program. Now you are the next.